Greetings, next year seniors. This is a presentation, the purpose of which is to prepare you for registration and to walk you through the registration process for next year's senior classes. You have or should have a course request package that includes a catalog, transcripts, course request worksheet, and various department flyers with other information. The online course request process is open now. We're going to go over later exactly how to do that. And remember that you need to do that before the deadline, which comes up in a few weeks. So as a kind of overall review, where kind of should you be? There's 240 credits required to graduate. So when T2 just ended, you should have at least 160 credits. Many of you have more than that, and some of you have slightly less than that. But in general, to be on track, you would want to have at least 160 credits by this point. And again, to stay on track minimally, you would need 180 credits by the end of your junior year, at least. If you are behind, then you do have some options for how to make up those credits. You could pay, for example, for distance learning from like BYU Online or National University. We have academic prep during the school year, which I'll say more about later. And of course, there's summer school. If you have questions about any of these options, please stop into the Counseling Center. The screen is all about the sort of overall graduation requirements. There's 240, but you also need to have things in certain areas. I won't go through every single piece of this. As seniors, you should have a pretty solid idea of exactly what this is. And you could, of course, check your course catalog for the same information. In the end, when you have all the credits in these different areas and 240 credits, then that equals GHS graduation, and that will be a happy day. For next year specifically, let's talk about senior year and what this looks like. For social science, you'll need to take at least 2 trimesters worth of class. For most seniors, this is going to look like civics and econ, 1 trimester of civics and 1 trimester of economics. However, some of you will opt for the advanced classes of AP US Gov, or might continue with IB History of the Americas class. If you're interested in more information on any of these, check your course catalog. They will go into the classes in detail, or talk to teachers and counselors. For English, you need 2 trimesters. We have an elective program our senior year here at Granada. So you have to choose from any 2 of the following courses. You could have, it's called English 12A or 12B, but essentially that's our humanities course. Humanities 1 and Humanities 2, mythology, fantasy, sci-fi, satire, short story, Shakespeare. So again, you choose any 2 of those courses. Or you could choose AP Language and Composition. That would be 1 course that would take 2 trimesters. Or you could take English Lit, AP English Lit Composition. Again, that's a 2 trimester class. Or IB Lang Lit. So those would take the place of any 2 electives. Note about English proficiency. If you earned a C- or better in your most recent English course, when you're signing up online, choose Proficient. If you have not attained that level, then you do need to enroll in a senior English workshop so that we can help you get caught up in English. You're just starting that process. There's the English department uses a literacy proficiency index to determine your final placement. For math, math classes, of course, are going to be either 2 or 3 trimesters, depending on the pace that you want. It depends where you are with your path towards graduation and what you want for college. The Granada graduation requirement is 20 credits, and you have to get through at least algebra. The college requirement is at least 3 years, and 4 is recommended. Certainly, we want you to take math every single year. So as for what math class you should take next, talk to your current math teacher if you aren't pretty sure already, and review the classes available to you in your course catalog. For science, we have 2 sort of minimal requirements. One of those is that you need to have at least 1 year of life science. Many of you have cleared this with something like biology, and we do have other classes available in the life science area, all of which are listed there and are in the course catalog. You could also take an interdisciplinary science like AP Environmental Science. There is also, in addition to the life science requirement, you need to have 1 year of physical science. Different students clear this in different ways, many through chemistry. Could take physics. Conceptual physics is a class that many students have used to clear the physical science requirement. And of course, again, down there at the bottom, there's the interdisciplinary science. In parentheses next to these are the prerequisites for the class, what you would need to be successful in them. And again, those are covered in the course catalog. For world language, the Granada graduation requirement here is that you need to have at least 30 credits combined within at least 2 of the following categories: world language, career technical education, CTE classes, and or visual and performing arts, VPA classes. For college, you need 2 years of, at least 2 years of the same language. GHS offers the following world languages: Spanish, Spanish for native speakers, American Sign Language, and French. If you're going on to AP, please make sure to consider a seminar to prepare for those AP exams. For visual performing arts, again, the same requirement. You need 30 credits in at least 2 of those 3 categories: world language, VPA, or CTE. For college, you need 1 year of a visual performing art. We have various classes within the VPA program, classes like drama and art and ceramics and so on. Check your course catalog for full information. And CTE, college requirement 1 year. This is courses like robotics, machine tool, auto, web page design, video game design, a lot more. Check your catalog for more information. Senior year is a really great time to get to maybe some of those CTE classes that you haven't been able to fit in before. For PE, students who have not passed the fitnessgram will be enrolled in PE for 2 trimesters. There are other options. All students will be enrolled in PE 2 conditioning plus one of the following: aerobics, advanced sports activity, human performance. And those are available to you if you have cleared the PE requirement as well. If you're playing a sport, then you know that coaches strongly recommend that students playing a sport enroll in human performance for at least the trimester before their sport to prepare, get stronger, and get ready. There is an elective requirement for graduation. You need 70 electives. Any academic class over and above graduation requirements can be used as elective credits. So in other words, if you've cleared your 20 credits of math, any math that you take beyond those 20 credits would then fall into the elective category. By senior year, many students have cleared out the minimal requirements, and so please take that chance to try some things that you haven't had a chance to fit in before. Yeah, here are the electives in all departments. For example, like English. Beyond the core classes, there are other English electives available to you: consumer family studies, engineering design program, industrial technology program. Talk to your teachers and decide which classes you will want to focus on. At Granada, we do also have the IB program, the International Baccalaureate program. If you're an IB diploma student, then you take 6 subject courses, plus the Theory of Knowledge course, the extended essay, which will be a big thing your senior year, and the CAS project, Creativity, Activity, and Service. IB is recognized worldwide as a very high-level university preparation program. We are an IB school overall, not just in IB classes, and here's our IB learner profile. As IB learners, we strive to be all of the following and to develop ourselves in each of those areas. This is a kind of map of what you would, of the Granada IB courses and what we would need to do in each area. If you are interested in the IB diploma, then you'll want to take a much closer look at this. You would know by now, going into your senior year, you would know whether this is something that you're interested in attaining. However, the diploma is not the only option for an IB program. You could go for the full diploma, which some of you are, and is an impressive achievement. You could also take some of the IB tests and get certificates for each one completed, or you could just take one IB class. They're taken during your junior and senior years. Again, many of you have experienced these last year. Many of you are taking IB classes without going on to the full diploma, taking either a standard level or a higher level class, kind of akin to AP classes in that they allow you to challenge yourself in an area in which you feel like you want to sort of gain more expertise. And within registration, choose IB diploma program if you are planning to take the IB courses that will earn you an International Baccalaureate diploma. All IB diploma program candidates should make sure to meet with our IB coordinator, Mr. Caribou, to review requirements for registration. If you're not going to go for the full diploma, then select no choices for the IB diploma program when you register. We have other special courses besides IB. There are ROP courses. There's a lot on the screen, and there's even more in the ROP section of your catalog. These are ROP courses are of an occupational focus rather than an academic focus. They give you real-world opportunities to go out for a specific area, career that you might be interested in. Things like video game art and design, internet engineering, auto body and repair. ROP is a really great program. In senior year, hopefully you have some room in your schedule to explore that if that's something you want to do. One other area is credit recovery. If you need to recover credits for a class that you took and failed, see your counselor about academic prep. Academic prep is like summer school during the year. We will allow you to take a class and online and gather those regather those credits for that class in kind of the same way as summer school. However, you're not allowed to sign up for academic prep on your own. Your counselor will need to sign you up. If you are college bound, there's a lot of stuff to pay attention to next year, some dates to know. I'm not going to go all the way through this, but certainly you need to know when applications are due. Very, very important things like financial aid. The FAFSA is a big one. Applications to Las Positas. Make sure as you go into next year that you have a map of when you need to get things done by. Eligibility for college, of course, something you've already probably been thinking about, but keep in mind your GPA as you go through your senior year. Test scores, if you haven't already taken the SAT or ACT, that's something to get done soon. Making sure that you have all the A through G courses if you're looking to be UC eligible, or CSU eligible, and then things like for your applications, community service. For the military, talk to your counselor. Certain coursework is recommended, and then you'll need to take a test called the ASVAB. Testing, there's the SAT subject test and reasoning test, the ACT, and the ASVAB. All things that if you haven't already started on your junior year, you'll definitely want to get to soon in your senior year. If you're going on to college, register for at least 4 academic courses during senior year. It can be tempting to sort of want to take everything off, but you don't want to get to college and have academic whiplash. And some colleges will be paying attention. A lot of them will be paying attention to what you do during your senior year. Visit college campuses if you haven't already made your choice, and plan on attending senior parent night in the fall for information on college. Up here on our map, we have a really great school right about here, good old Fresno State. You could also sign up for various electives helping people out. You could help out in the office as an office IWE, or the library as a library IWE. Special ed aides do really, really great work. High school tutor helping people with academics, or teacher assistant, just to sort of be with a teacher and help that teacher out. Just know online you'll only be able to select TA as your 12th course. All right, so now we're getting into the meat of this, about sort of how to really get online and do what you need to do. There's some things that you'll need. You'll need your course catalog. You'll need your 4-year plan or course request worksheet. You need your student ID number. You'll need online access, which I'll go through in just a second. You need roughly about 20 minutes to go through the registration process. So now I'm going to switch over and we're going to take a look at how to run through that registration process online. Okay, so here I am on the Granada High Web School, Granada High School webpage. Under the Resources tab, there's online course registration. You click there. Then off to the right, we have a few. There are other things on this that are helpful if you need things like the online course catalog, A through G worksheets. Those are all available here. If you want to hear this presentation over again, then you could click on this button and go there. Or if you just want to, hear my voice help you get to sleep. But the area that you want to click on is here, PowerSchool, the student login. Now, the login here is going to be for your username. That's going to be your ID number. I have my sample student, so I'm going to use just 94550, but for you, that would be your ID number. Your password is your birthday with zeros in front of any single digit numbers. So for example, if you were born on March 23rd of 2001, then that would be 0323 2001. So it's always going to be an 8-digit number. This screen will pop up and you're going to click on class registration on the left-hand side. And now what we have is the screen that we need to go through. I think that it's best to go through the screen from top to bottom. It's just sort of most organized that way. And our goal in this screen is to take these red exclamation marks and to alter them so that they are green check marks all the way down the screen. So I'm going to start right here with social science and click on the little pencil. And in here, I'm going to select which classes that I want for senior year. So here I'm going to select civics and econ. You might be selecting something different, but that's what I'm going to select for the purpose of this presentation. And then I hit OK, and now I have a little green check mark there because I've selected these two classes. If I go back in there, you'll see how many credits, and then down here you may select 2 courses, and you have selected 2 courses. Now for English, if you look down here, you may select between 2 and 3 courses. I haven't selected any courses yet. Up here it says English is required, choose 2 courses, so that lets you know that you need to do that. What am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and pick fantasy sci-fi, and I don't see mythology on here, so I'm going to go to the next screen and select mythology and hit OK. You do need to select some English alternates. The elective program is dependent on how many students sign up and how many sections come out of that, and maybe your section isn't available to you, or maybe it isn't available in a time that you need. So you'll need to select some other possibilities. So I'm going to go and take humanities, English 12A and 12B, and I'm going to select Shakespeare as well. And there are my English alternates. Here's the English proficiency screen I was telling you about. I got a B last year, so I'm going to go ahead and select Proficient Advanced. Remember, if you got a D or an F in English, you need to select English Workshop. Okay, for math, let's see. Last year I completed geometry, so I'm going to go ahead and go on to Algebra 2 and make sure that I'm UC qualified. So I'm going to select Algebra. I'm going to go 3 trimesters. I'm going to select Algebra 2A, Algebra 2B, and then for the 3 trimesters, you need to make sure to go find the introduction course, Intro Algebra 2. Select that and hit OK. And there's those classes. For science, let's see, last year, we'll say that I got through, I cleared out my physical science. I want to take a science class just to keep up on things. I'm going to select marine bio for my science class. There's a green check mark. So right about now, I kind of want to keep track of just sort of how many classes I have. Of course, you can do a maximum of 15. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to count these because they're alternates. I'm not going to count that because it's not a class. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have still 6 more classes to play with if I need. For the electives in the world language department, I'm going to say that the year before I cleared out what I needed to get done. Don't have anything else to do senior year. Those are wonderful world language classes, but it doesn't quite fit into what I want to do senior year, so I'm going to select no courses. For visual and performing arts, let's say I need to get 10 of these done. I want to do animation 1 and animation 2. And hit OK. For CTE, many great CTE classes. I'm going to go ahead and learn how to fix my car. All right, how much do I still have to play with here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I do have now at least 4 classes every trimester. ROP, lots of great classes in ROP, but they don't quite fit what I'm looking to do with my plan for senior year. So I'm going to find no choices in here somewhere. Maybe it was on the first page. Yep, there it was. Electives, physical. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. Let's say run track in the spring. So I'm gonna do human performance in the winter. Again, great electives in the social science, but it doesn't quite fit what I want to do for my senior year, so I'm going to hit no choice. Electives for the English department, some things that don't necessarily count towards graduation, but that are well worth taking, things like exploring poetry or journalism. Doesn't quite fit what I want to do. And other electives, things like leadership, if you're involved in that. All right, and now we've gotten down to count your classes. So one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, I have 13 classes. So I'm going to select that. Plan your schedule. If you're selecting fewer than 15 courses, you have to decide when you'll have open periods, when you want to have open periods. I have 13. That's 2 open periods. At some point, I'm going to go ahead and no period 5 in the spring and no period 1 in the winter because it's cold, and hit OK. Be aware that with this isn't guaranteeing you that spot. It kind of depends on when classes are available, and if you've selected something that's only during that time, then we may move that around, but this at least indicates what your preference is for us. Alternates. This is an important one that people blow past sometimes, but you should take it seriously. You need to choose 5 courses that you would like to take if one of your choices is not available. Everybody's going to get civics or econ if they ask for it, but I might not get, for example, auto if auto is only available at a time something else is, or just it doesn't work with my schedule for some reason. So please go through and actually consider what it is that you're looking to take. I'll say advanced sports activity in case I can't take human performance, for example. Kind of think about what you have and what would work for you. There's a lot of classes in the alternate screen. It's essentially every class that's kind of available to you, but take your time to go through it and make sure that you're selecting classes that make sense for you and your schedule. All right, 5 classes there. Now, make sure that your parents know what you're doing. Once they do, requests verified. And don't worry about that, hit OK. And that's it. So down here is a little bit more information. Requires between 55 and 75 credit hours. I'm requesting 65. That's between 55 and 75. So then I go down here and I hit submit. That is going to take me to this screen, which shows me everything that I've signed up for. And once I'm here, I know that my stuff is submitted, right? Don't go through that previous screen and then don't hit submit. It won't turn it in. Once I'm here, I know that the school has the information that I've asked for and that I'm good. I have selected my courses before the deadline, and At least for this part, I'm ready to go for next year. Please be sure to visit that resources page on the GHS website. Again, you can watch this presentation again, and there's other material on there for you if you have any needs or questions. Still have questions or need assistance beyond what I've said in this video, go to the resources tab on the GHS webpage. Counselors meet with every junior during this year. And if you need information, please request an appointment there. Select your courses wisely. Take time to go through and consider what you want your senior year to look like. Complete your 4-year plan. Make sure that you're on track with the goals so that you can get to where you want to go after high school. Follow this tutorial for the online registration. Choose wisely. Make sure that you've counted up. Make sure that your schedule in terms of the amount of classes you have makes sense. Make sure that you select alternates, because you may and probably will get at least one of those alternates. Please note your course selection choices are yours, and we build our school schedule off of your requests. We make sections based on what people ask for. Any alternates chosen may be filled in your schedule, and in fact, a lot probably will be. Make sure that you select alternates that make sense for you. Know that both parts of A and B courses must be completed in a school year. You can't just drop B because you didn't do well in A. The schedule that you get in August will be according to what you select now. It builds around what you want. And so outside of an error on our part, we're not going to make schedule changes. Please follow us on social media. There's all the social media that we've been involved in. Go Matadors, and have an incredible senior year.